Hello everyone, today another crazy day, WFF ripping face, and I got a lot of people that really liked the GNS videos. I'm gonna be talking about GNS again in this video, so stick around guys, and if you have any questions or anything on any stock, write down in the comments or leave any comment, and I appreciate it. So WFF, another one just ripping face. I feel like I say that every video because it's true, you could check the timestamps and all the videos. It's like, the team catches bottom. I mentioned it right near the bottom. It was around 750 or 760, and it just rips. It rips face to 29.22. That's almost a $22 a share gain, which is just insane. Like I don't know if people understand, but even if you use small size, you're making a significant profit, and even if you don't capture the full move, right? So what made me really interested in the stock? The very first thing, is if you watch, you already know, guys, the answer. So every video. It's the float 2 million or 1 million micro float. I say every video, anything under 30 million float is low float, and some people argue that it's under 20 million, some people argue 10 million. But in my experience, I've been trading, several years, is under 30 million is good to trade. Anything under that, and that doesn't mean that anything over has bad price action, because I've seen stocks with 80 million, 150 million, or even I think a billion float that have crazy like multi 100% moves. So it's just like, it's just mainly about accuracy. When you're trading, you want to look at overall statistics, and you want to see highest probability compared to reward. And it's a general agreement amongst most traders, at least in my opinion. I mean, that I know of, most of them, they agree with me that anything under 30 million is great to day trade. So WFF, that was the first thing, and there's many reasons why I mentioned trade ideas, but that was the biggest one. And then you go to Finviz or any other platform. What do you notice about this stock? It's from Malaysia, right? And if you know anything about these Malaysia, Chinese, Hong Kong, basically those type of stocks in that sector or region, is that they make the craziest moves, and this is because of algos, and also shorts get trapped often on these names because they really love shorting these Chinese or Malaysia, this type of stocks, because they have really bad price action, most of them. And if you remember the time when HKD, this was like several years ago, the stock goes from $10 to I think it was like 2,500. I'm not even kidding. You could check yourself, and there's so many shorts got like bent over. And this is another one, Malaysia type of stock. You go to the daily chart, this is a recipe for disaster. I mean, if you're short and you're shorting something 2 million float with literal no resistance at all, and on top of that some Malaysia Chinese type of those type of companies, then I don't know, man, like you're asking for danger at that point. So that was the first one. Next one, LFY. This one was the biggest mover in pre-market. LCFY, it went from like $2 all the way to $13.98. You see, guys, you see different type of moves every day, almost every day, these big movers. And I'm just trying to make videos to inspire people and share the opportunities, right? And I mentioned yesterday that I don't really share trade ideas in pre-market anymore, because I just really want to share after open, because a lot of people, they seem to like that as well, right? Because it's more later, so a lot of people could see the posts as well. So LCFY, I mentioned that $10 hold after open, and it just rips over $4, almost $4 a share gain. What made the stock really rip is that it had news. And I said in every video that the stocks often have news in the pre-market or after hours almost every day. And you really want to be on top of that, because these headlines make big moves, because not just the people buying it, but the short sellers, right? They like to short stocks with news that's not crazy, because they often say it's fluff. If you know what that means, basically it's a stock that should not be up, for example, like 50% or 100% based off of the news. But these people, people don't seem to understand that the market doesn't care what you think. It doesn't care about if something is fluff or not, because I've seen patent news rip like 500%. I've seen news that have literally an offering in the news go up 500%. I've seen just crazy thing over the years, and you really don't want to stay too attached to the news, right? It's more technical and price action, which is why I say every video I'm very technical based rather than fundamental, right? So this was another big mover. The next one, I have a lot of stocks today that rip face. So next one was NAOV. This one wasn't a crazy move, but percentage wise it's still really big, because $1 to 132, it was around like 105 I mentioned, I think. That's still a nice gain. That's like 25% or 30%, which is really good. So again, if you check the stock details, NAOV, you already know, guys, what's the float? 700k float. And I know the stuff I see in the video sometimes could get repetitive, but that's the point, because day trading, in my opinion, is not as complex as people make it to be. You know, those people that charge premium Discord alerts and all that stuff. I'm just sharing everything for free, because it's really simple if you break it down to a few key concepts and you manage your risk and you just show up every day. You will improve and eventually succeed, in my opinion. It's just that a lot of people don't want to put the effort in showing up every day and studying and, you know, that stuff, risk managing. That's the boring stuff. So that's why people quit or they blow up in like a week. So NAOV, look at the news headline: first intelligent robotic platform. I don't really care much about news, but I said the last stock. But what the reason why I'm mentioning this is because the headline drives volume, right? And volume is the biggest factor in day trading, along with the float, volume, float, and also on top of that, technicals. So NAOV, that was a good one. The next one, CTOR. This one, again, just really nice move. Goes from 450 to 619, and I could just keep going on and on about these type of stocks, but you know, I don't want to make the video too long. So if you have any questions, leave in the comments down below. I'm going to be getting to the comments, right? So next one, SVRE. Again, you go type in SVRE in the computer. What's the float? 400k float, micro float, high volume, float rotation. It probably had news, rib face. So the next one was, there's a lot of stocks, man. I call them the rip. This one was a multi-day setup. So this one wasn't really like the previous ones where it ran that same day. If you look at multi-day continuation, you really want to look at the extended time frame. I said in the previous video, you want to look at the 1 hour chart, ideally the hourly chart, as well as the 4 hour chart. And the daily, weeklies are really good too, but I really like the hourly as my favorite when I'm looking at multi-day continuation, or if you're looking for a more swing type of trades or swing type of macro analysis, the big picture analysis, right? So this one, the reason I mentioned it, again, this is a biotech, and if you check the float, oh no, this one is higher float. All right, so this is the first one on this video that has a higher float. It has like 70 something float, 70 million. But again, this is a biotech, and if you know anything about biotechs, they announce data, or they announce publications or drug trials information, right? And the thing with biotechs that's really interesting is that a lot of people, they like to invest in these type of stocks, because this is the thing: when a stock that's in the bio sector, you know, the biotech sector, especially after COVID, you see biotech stocks actually grow yearly. I'm not talking about just up and down, right? The more trades, I'm talking I've seen small caps. I know I said on Stock Twist that most small caps are garbage, but some biotechs actually, like, if you do the research and if you do your DD, you can actually capture some really solid like positional trade type of setups where you could, you know, bank for years on certain biotechs. So I'm not saying that it's gonna rip for another year, but I'm saying that's the reason why probably people got drawn to this type of stock, right? Because this stock, I'm not gonna, you know, go fully deep into it, the pipeline, but I'm pretty sure as looking at the price action, I'm pretty sure there's a reason why investors and people that are bullish on the stock keep buying it up, right? Every time it dips, if you look at the extended time frame, it ends up reclaiming, and the shorts, they're getting trapped, they're getting bent over, honestly, every day. So that was a really nice play, and it's probably still gonna keep going up as long as there's no offering or as long as there's no like chart breakdown, right? Like dilution. So there, guys, GNS. You guys love this stock, man. GNS. I mentioned it around 50 cents. I think around there. I think it was like 48 cents just a week ago. And that was literally the first day I mentioned it. That was when the huge volume came in. I'm not saying that I had any part in that. I'm not saying I'm, like a magician. I'm just saying, it's just like coincidence probably. But you could check yourself. I mentioned it like a week ago. And then the stock ends up having about huge, massive volume day after day after day. And the stock just keeps consolidating, breakout, consolidate, breakout. And if you saw my previous video, guys, what's going on right now. I mentioned the RSI reset. They see that it got too overheated. Too many people were buying it. It really just went straight up like vertical price action. And if a stock, it doesn't matter how expensive a stock is, if a stock has a price action that looks like this, where you could look at yourself, go to GNS and then go to a time frame that's bigger than 1 minute chart. I'm just picking random time frame, 15-minute chart. Look at this, like it goes from 60 cents to 131 in just a couple hours. It was like 5 or 6 hours. That's vertical. So you have to see a pullback in this type of nature, because if it just keeps going up, if it went to $2 today, then there's a higher chance that it's going to completely collapse, and you don't want to see that if you're more of a swing trader, right? I'm pretty sure most people that are watching GNS have thought about swing trading this, right? They're not just trading at like 1 minute in and out, which is not bad too. I mean, day trading is very profitable, and swing trading is very profitable. I do both, and I mentioned in the past that swing trading has made me a lot both of them are good, honestly. So GNS, this one actually is a higher float stock at 67 million, I believe, or 65 million. And the reason I want to keep mentioning this stock is because look at the CEO, man, Roger Hamilton. I don't have any connection with him, and I don't talk to him, but he looks like a really solid dude that keeps communicating, man. Like I see on Twitter, and even I think on other platforms, he just keeps mentioning the stock, where he's very, very open to what's happening with the stock. And he's like putting the money where his mouth is, where he's bought himself, it was like 600,000 something shares just 2 days ago. And on top of that, he's connecting Bitcoin, which is a very, very bullish sector this year. It broke 100K, and he seems to really know what he's doing. I said in the previous video, but he seems to really know what he's doing. So this is my opinion. I think he's gonna keep releasing news. I think next week you're gonna see another news drop. Again, I don't talk to him, so I don't want people thinking that I'm like sponsored by GNS, but I think he's gonna do another PR next week. So guys, be on the lookout for that, because based on this price action, it just keeps holding. Like, you can verify yourself. Every time it sells off, it holds. It sells off, it holds. Sells off, it holds. And I'm doing this live with you guys, so if you appreciate the transparency, where I don't pre-record stuff like a lot of people, hit the like button, guys. I'm just keeping it real. I'm really doing it right now with you guys, just trying to help. So GNS, I think next level is 150. It's probably gonna reach 150 if it holds that 1+ with higher volume. Today the volume was good, actually. It was over relative the average volume compared to what usually I think would have had. But I really want to see a higher volume. You want to see maybe double of today if you want to see that 150 push. But this stock looks really good. This is an A+ technical setup. Again, I'm not trying to gas it up. I'm just see a lot of you guys seem to really like the stock. I'm just sharing my honest opinion. The extended time frame looks beautiful. You can check yourself if you're more into technical analysis. Draw the draw the trend lines, and you can see yourself, guys. This stock probably gonna hit 2+. As long as there's no like that, some bad factors. I don't know about that side dilution, but yeah, you guys definitely add this to your watch list right now or on Monday, because next week is gonna be interesting, I think, especially if he drops news. So next one, RCT. This one, man, this one just went crazy, straight up. And I want to mention this one because if you look at RCT on FinViz, it actually has a high insider ownership. And if it's a small cap with a high inside ownership, that's usually a good thing. in my experience when it comes to day trading, because there's more, not only some more confidence, but a lot of times the shares, they're like it's like, you know, when insiders buy a share, it's like locked up type of thing, where especially if stock is micro float already, a lot of insiders own the stock. And in economics, less supply, more demand equals explosive moves when the float is already tiny. On top of that, you have institutional or insider participating with these type of moves. RCT was just a monster, guys. Momo. Play. If you enjoyed the videos, guys, I get messages every day. I'm telling you guys every day, people, you know, appreciating, and I appreciate guys too. Like, seriously, I appreciate you guys, you know, showing love, you know, commenting, and I'm just trying to help. Seriously, you know, I don't have to do this where I could just, you know, stop posting tomorrow and nothing's really gonna change for me, but I really want to help people, and I'm gonna keep doing it, guys. So like the video, guys, and I'll see you on the next week. We're gonna bank. All right, peace. Good night.